Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Well, here we are again. Okay, I bought this lovely sweater for $3 at Walmart. I thought it was quite the deal. And today I sold this lovely crocodile vintage purse. I figure whoever bought this was probably some young, beautiful girl or some collector like me. It's in pristine condition. And it's got a lot of space, actually. So whoever bought this was lucky, and I was lucky. So I like to feature my stuff in my videos because I go back and I look back and I go, wow, you know, that stuff there's been a big improvement. So what this video is about is how looking at various areas can help us in our stockpiling, in our quest not to be caught in some kind of food shortage or famine. So, first of all, I wanted to do a search on Texas and go, wow, you know, I'm way out here in California, and I think about Texas, I think about oil, I think about oil refineries, you know, things like that. But actually, Texas produces a lot of agriculture, and it makes sense because, you know, I should have been thinking, you know, migratory workers, farmlands. There's another aspect of these migratory children. What's supposed to help us in a few years is Generation Alpha, because they move into the workforce and they are the producers. So when I saw the kids that they brought here, I was thinking about babies, but this is still bad. These children look to be in about between 6th and 8th grade, maybe a little older even. So these children have been displaced, and I don't know, they could have been Americans born in America. I don't know how that worked out, but Generation Alpha is supposed to help us out of the recession because they become producers. Once you hit about 46 years old, you're pretty much useless to the economy. Sorry to say, but it's true. Okay, in Texas, they produce cotton, hay, sheep, goat, mohair, horses, vegetables, citrus, corn, wheat, peanuts, pecans, sorghum, rice, and their leading exporters. The top revenues are beef, calves, cotton, young chickens, greenhouse, nursery, and dairy. So Texas is very, very significant as far as production of our food. So then, you know, I start searching around, you know, the curious George. The number one crop in the U.S. is corn, and is grown in the heartland, although corn is really grown all over the U.S., which is really good news for us. Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, eastern South Dakota, Nebraska, West Kentucky, Ohio, and the northern 2/3 of Missouri. And corn is used for livestock, going back to Texas. Industrial products, starch sweeteners, corn oil, beverage and industrial alcohol, and fuel ethanol. I think they can legally tank the gasoline with 10% ethanol, which is a lot cheaper. So corn is our number one thing we grow. Okay, so so, you know, we know this. We're watching out, you know, for these areas. So now the leading crops of the world for food are cassava, I will go into that in a minute, maize or corn, plantains. Now in America, we are not big on cassava, maize, or plantains, although they are working themselves a little bit into the stores. Potatoes, wheat, yams. These are the leading crops of the world. Okay, now the top 10 crops: rice, wheat. Now, I expected rice and wheat because, you know, the Asian countries, also the Iraqi countries eat a lot of rice. Wheat, maize, millets, bajra, I think that's some kind of barley, pearl type barley, pulses, carifa, crafif, I don't know how to pronounce it, lentils, and oil seeds. Okay, the largest crops in the world are, you know, exports are rice, wheat, and sugar, and cane sugar is from Brazil. Okay, the 4 cash crops are coffee, cocoa, tea, sugarcane, which comes from Brazil, cotton, and spices. I've been having trouble finding some chives, dry chives. That's very annoying. I use those a lot because I don't like chopping the fresh ones. Now, we have problems because there's problems with the seeds and the fertilizer. At Christmas, I bought a bag, you know, a big bag of fertilizer for $30, which is a lot. You know, I bought the good stuff because my son has a lot of trees. So that could be bad, you know, the fertilizer going up. Another thing is I'm going to start trying to sprout some stuff from seeds myself and plant it myself. Okay. So then I looked up, because of the COVID, are we likely to have shortages of food for pets and people? And the answer was no, not really. Okay, the most imported crops in the world are yams, sweet potatoes. Cassava, C-A-S-A-V-A, is in Asia, Africa, and South America. It's a heavy starch food. It's a root food. Drought resistant, roots and leaves, but you have to cook them to get the toxins out. That's probably why they didn't take off here. Plantains again. I guess because it's a heavy starch, I don't know if it's considered a fruit. I buy the chips, but actually banana chips are tastier. Soybeans, potatoes, rice, wheat, and corn. So now I would say what we want to stockpile is yams, potatoes, rice, wheat, and corn. Make sure we have that. And America's import most of our fruit from the Mediterranean and West Asian. Wheat, barley, chickpeas, almonds, and soybeans. So we get a lot of imports. Okay, so now China, what do they grow? They grow corn, rice, vegetables, wheat, and sugarcane. Russia, wheat, barley, sunflowers, oats, potatoes, and rye. In 1972, the U.S., we exported 440 million bushels of wheat. So then I looked up and I said, well, wow, what, you know, is the most important thing we should probably be stockpiling? Bottled water, canned and boxed milk, canned meat, dry meat. I don't stockpile that much beef jerky, but I can make some easily. You just get the thin sliced beef. It's cheap enough when it's marked down, and you can dehydrate it in your oven at 250 overnight. Canned fruit in its own juice, canned vegetable soup, cereal, peanut butter, dried fruit, jam, crackers, nuts. I put salt and pepper, oil and shortening, olives, cheese, and pasta. So let me give you a little shot of that. So this is going to help us, you know, in all kinds of ways by knowing what the major foods are and what foods we might want to stockpile. Okay, so now I have noticed, like, I bought sweet potatoes yesterday, 4 for $1, so 25 cents each, and I was doing $5 for 3-day shopping, and the loose fruits and vegetables are like between 65 cents and 75 cents each, so the fruit and vegetables are getting very, very high. Also, I noticed like all the bread was very high, like $3 and $4 a loaf, except for they would have one Walmart brand of bread and like hamburger buns or hot dog buns. So I think bread is going to be an issue. So the thing that from me working with people, I discovered the main thing you might run out of is fruit, vegetables, and bread. And also, you know, I want to mention something. Where is it? Oh, good. I didn't put it away. Walmart has these big packages of corn tortillas, and those are really going to help you if you ever have to eat beans. And I always tell my son, if you ever have to eat beans, make sure you have potatoes. I'm going to be making potato stuff, and you might be thinking, I don't like potatoes. I don't like bread. I don't like starches. They're going to make me fat. Well, if you're starving, that's really not going to be an issue. What we're trying to do is stockpile food so it's never an issue. So we're not running short. So we're not chewing our fingernails off. If you need food, though, call 211. Go to the food banks, the food pantries, and the churches. Out here, the Adventist church gives food 2 times a week. No questions asked. Just show up and get your food and put it in your house. And I went to the food pantry that time. I gave all kinds of food to my neighbor who had 2 kids. And, you know, I gave food to my son and I ate it up myself. So, you know, if your neighbor needs food and you got extra food, you know, you can afford to be generous. But the main thing you want to do is think about these major food groups of the world. Now, California is like Texas. It's hard to push us around because, you know, we got all the food and stuff. And we also got all the immigrants, just like Texas. But that's what it's all about. Wasn't it supposed to be give us you're tired, hungry, and poor? Yeah, my dad was a civics teacher. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all.